Hello, everybody. Today, I'm going to be showing off my Rolling Stone collection, and yeah, just gotta make sure I'm even on YouTube right now. Hold up. Yep, I'm on. So I'm just gonna get my Rolling Stone albums ready, and I'll be right there. Just gonna adjust it so I can make it oldest to newest. Okay. Okay. Bear with me right now. Just gonna and yep. People who are watching right now, which there are not, hope you enjoy the video. And if you are watching the replay, I hope you enjoy the replay. I am looking forward to showing you all my Rolling Stones albums because I have a lot of them. I'm so many, I have to organize it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, guess I just lost a viewer. Gained one, then I lost one. Fair enough. Okay. Jesus, so many albums. I can't. Okay. Whew, that took forever. Okay. Here is an original pressing of their debut album. Uh, okay. Sorry about the glare. Problems. Okay, better. Here is my original pressing of their debut album, aptly named their self-titled album, of course. This copy is rather beat up, as you're able to tell from the album cover. This album has Route 66, Can I Get a Witness, Mona, I Need You Baby, it was really good. Has their original on it, Tell Me, which is really good. Overall, this is a pretty good debut album. I wouldn't say it's one of the better debut albums, but you know, can't really expect much from these debut albums. But yeah, like I said, the album cover, just even in general, the album cover and just in general, it's just rather beat. The back cover is not that bad, but the album cover, it's hard to tell because of the glare, but it's not in the best condition it could possibly be in. Here is an original, a really gorgeous, pristine original pressing of well, at least I think so, an original pressing of Rolling Stones #2, their second album in mono. Sounds really fucking good. Got it in this really nice sleeve. This album has some really good songs on it. Down the Road to Peace is a really good cover. Under the Boardwalk, really good. I Can't Be Satisfied is a really great cover. Susie Q, really good cover. Off the Hook, really good cover. Pain in My Heart, I Could Take or Leave. This has the long version of Everybody Needs Somebody to Love. I prefer the shorter version, which I'll be showing is on the third US album. Down Home Girl, I mean, it's all right. You Can't Catch Me is good. Time Is on My Side. Uh, this is the album version, which contains this is like the hit single version. Well, it's not on the single version, but this is like the one that a lot of people would sooner remember than the one with the organ opening. What a Shame's really good, and Grown Up Wrong is easily my favorite song off that album. Okay. Here is a remastered copy of their third album, third UK album, Out of Our Heads. Even says it on here, UK. I'm like confident on the original pressings they don't have UK on it because, but yeah, it's hard to tell because of the shrink wrap, but definitely a bigger step in the not a big step in the right direction, but it's a pretty good step. She said yeah, really good. Mercy Mercy, really good. Talking About You, pretty decent song. Heart of Stone, fantastic. The Under Assistant West Coast Promotion Man, best song on the album. I'm Free, really good. Got to Get Away, really good original track. Yeah, this is a decent album. Definitely prefer the U.S. version. The U.S. version is actually the original version, but and then they took out all the hit singles on it and then repackaged it into what this would become. But yeah, it's good, but it's not fantastic. But their first really their first like amazing perfect album, I say, would be right here. My remastered copy of Aftermath. Easily their best album they ever made. I know a lot of fans would disagree on that, but that's just my opinion. Mother's Little Helper. Pardon me. Mother's Little Helper. Lady Jane. Under My Thumb. High and Dry. Out of Time. Take Her to Leave It. Think What to Do. Just really good stuff on here. Definitely their first album to like, I don't know. It's when they start really focusing on making great, great music, and Pet Sounds is really what to think here because once Pet Sounds came out, a lot of bands started trying to make more influential more influential music at that time, and yeah. Uh, number their fifth album, which I have two remastered copies of, Between the Buttons. This has yesterday's Papers opens this album up. Which my one of my favorite opening tracks on an album. My Obsession, not one of my favorites, but still really catchy. Backstreet Girl, really good. Connection, really good. She Smiled Sweetly, Cool, Calm, and Collected is awesome. All Sold Out. This just a really good album, and like I said, I own two copies of it. This one I haven't even taken out of its shrink wrap yet, but who knows, maybe it might hold up some value one day. Uh, I have a remastered copy of their Satanic Majesty's Request. I forgot. Let me check to see what the UK out of our heads is. It is I can't tell on the back. Doesn't say on the back. I don't know if these are mono copies or not. But let me check on the record on this album. Their Satanic Majesty's Request. Don't know. Yeah, not too sure, but this is their entry into the psychedelic music scene, which I think they do it really well. Here is my original pressing of their Satanic Majesty's Request. A little beat up, I only got this thing for like $60, but still. This thing sounds really good. Okay. Okay. Beggar's Banquet. Fan favorite amongst Stones fans. This is a remastered copy. This has the 12-inch single, Sympathy for the Devil, and yeah. Sympathy for the Devil, of course. No Expectations. No, can't think of the song right now. Parachute Woman, Jigsaw Puzzle, Street Fighting Man, Prodigal Son, Stray Cat Blues. I think that's the name of the song. Factory Girl, and Salts on the Earth. Just all around, just a great record. Let It Bleed. Amazing record. Definitely another fan favorite amongst Stones fans. Gimme Shelter. Title track is really good. one of my favorite song on the album is Midnight Rambler. It's just a really good album. Sticky Fingers. Starting from this album onward, this is from a box set that I got about a year or two ago. Rolling Stones albums from 1971 to 2000, whatever. Forgot what year it got up to, but it's basically all their albums, basically the rest of their albums. And here's one of them. I mean, I like Sticky Fingers, but it's just not definitely not a standout record compared to their other albums. Brown Sugar's a really great opener. Sway is an amazing track, really underrated. Wild Horses is really good. Can You Hear Me Knocking? Practically can't stand that song, but I could see why other people like it. I forgot what side 2 was made up of. I don't really listen to that album that much, so well, not that often as I should. That is. Next video, I'm gonna be after I stream this video, I'm probably gonna stream my Kinks album ranking, all 24 of them. Staying tuned to that if anyone's watching, or if anyone wants to watch the replay of that. Okay. Side 2 opens up with Bitch, which is a really good song. I always forget the last song on side 1. You Gotta Move, really awful. I hate that song. It's one of their, if me and Garrett from SoundLab Studios ever does a top 10 more songs from this band, this song is definitely going to be one of them. I Got the Blues is all right. System Morphine's also all right. Last 2 tracks, really good. Dead Flowers and Moonlight Mile, which I don't know. I don't remember. Is Breyer's Music Showcase's favorite song by the Rolling Stones, and I don't blame him for thinking that because it's an amazing song. So, yeah. Now for the famous Exile on Main Street. Easily their most recognizable albums. Well, one of their most recognizable albums. But I'm impartial to this album. Like, part of me loves this album, but part of me thinks it's like really overrated. Like, on one end, it has, I gotta look at the track listing again, but Rocks Off is a good opener. Rip This Joint is decent. Shake Your Hips is pretty mediocre. Casino Boogie is really dreadful to listen to. Another song I really can't stand listening to. Probably gonna be in my top 10 worst Rolling Stones songs at one point if we ever do a top 10 worst Rolling Stones songs. Sweet Virginia and Tumbling Dice are both amazing songs. Like the whole album was like as good as those 2 songs. I'd Be in Heaven. Torn and Frayed is really good. Matter of fact, side 2 is really awesome. Side 3 kind of loses me again, then side 4 kind of gets me back a little again, but I don't know. That first, I don't know. It's just I don't get why people like it so much. Like, to me, it's just a really overrated album, but that's just my opinion. Goat's Head Soup. Really, really good album. Much better than Exile on Main Street. Opens up with Dancing with Mr. D, which I really like that song. 100 Years Ago is another great song. Coming Down Again. Amazing, amazing track. One of their best tracks they made in the 70s. Do, 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 or as the parenthesis says, Heartbreaker, is amazing. And then you close out side 1 with Angie. And you're just like, wow, how can this record like follow that up? And then side 2 comes up with Silver Train, and wow, it's another great song. And Hide Your Love is great. Winner is great, and Can You Hear the Music's really good. I don't like Star Star. That song isn't good at all, but you know, I have It's Only Rock and Roll, but I like it. And yeah, this is really good. I forgot the name of the first track. If You Can't Rock Me, that's the name of it. Really good. Really solid way to open the album up. Really underrated album opener. Really, that's kind of what I think about the whole album in general. It's just really underrated. Not many people give it much thought and care like their other albums do. Ain't You Proud to Beg? Really great cover. It's Only Rock and Roll, but I like it. Really, really one of their more famous songs. Till the Next Goodbye is really good. Time Waits for No One, which to me, well, that and the last track are my two favorites from the album. Luxury, a really good song. Dance Little Sister is really good. If You Really Want to Be My Friend, goes on for a little too long, but it's still really good. Short and Curly's is good, and Fingerprint File is really good. So it's a really solid record. It's just compared to a zestful of like albums that I really enjoy by the Rolling Stones, it's just not up there, but it's really underrated though. Um, their album that came after that though, Blue, Black and Blue, is easily one of the worst albums. The album cover is really ugly to look at, especially if you have it on Apple. Well, not Apple Music, but if you're just looking at this picture alone, it's just like, wow, this is really ugly to look at. Uh, this does have a good song on it. Memory Motel is easily the best track on that album. Really nice song. Other than that, Hot Stuff is really hard to listen to. It's really bad. Hand of Fate is really bad. Is really hard to listen to too. Cherry O Baby is really hard to listen to, and well, this whole album is just a struggle to listen to. Honestly, maybe in like a long time past, and I'll enjoy this album and get a little appreciation out of it. But as of right now, I don't like any of this album besides Memory Motel. Their follow up album, I can't say the same. Some Girls. This album is just brilliant. Miss You, really one of their more classic songs. Really, rock and roll and disco fused in one. Queen did it. Uh, Basically, every rock band did it once that survived in the '70s and late '70s and early '80s. When the Whip Comes Down is really good. Just in My Imagination is really good. Some Girls is lyrically is definitely daring for nowadays standards, but I gotta appreciate it. Lies, even though it's really repetitive and not really much thought into it, I still really enjoy it. Faraway Eyes, definitely the best song on the album. Respectable is really good song. Before They Make Me Run is really good. Beast of Burden, definitely a classic Stones track, and this just overall just a really good album to listen to. Shattered, really good, and yeah, that's just that's it. And here is I know I haven't been really showing the record labels, but they're basically all the same. Yeah, I gained a viewer, but then I lost a viewer. But, yeah. Uh, Next album I own, Emotional Rescue. Uh, this is a really underrated album. Yeah, a lot of people call it Some Girls Part 2, but that's to be, understanded, honestly, because I it definitely has parts of it that definitely sounds extremely like the Some Girls album, but yeah. Um but I really enjoy this album. Dance Part 1 is awesome. Summer Romance I really enjoy. Send It To Me is really good. Let Me Go is really good. Indian Girl is my favorite track off the album. Where the Boys Go is decent. Down in the Hole is all right. And Emotional Rescue is a really good song. She's So Cold, even though it's very repetitive, I really enjoy it. And All About You, really good. I have two copies of it. One being an original pressing, I believe. Doesn't have the barcode. And the one from my box set, Tattoo You. Let's see if we get the lighting. I love this album. Definitely a strong album. Start Me Up, Hang Fire, Slave is really good. Uh, Little TNA, Black Limousine, Neighbors, Waiting for the I think Tops, Worried About You, Heaven was really good. No Use in Crying, and Waiting on a Friend. Really, really amazing song. Um, Undercover is another album I own. The title track is amazing. Wasn't expecting it to be that good, but what do you expect? It's the Rolling Stones, I guess. She Was Hot. I mean, it's a good song. It's just it's a little bit on the repetitive side, if I do say so myself. Tie You Up, The Pain of Love. Kind of a guilty pleasure. I actually really enjoy that song. Want to Hold You was kind of like the little TNA of this album. Nowhere near as good as that song, but I gotta give Richards effort for trying to do that again. Feeling Baby is it's them doing reggae again, and well, yeah, they had like a whole thing where they were trying to do reggae in a few of their albums, and doesn't work. Um, Too Much Blood, I love that track. Pretty Beat Up is good. Too Tough is good. All the Way Down is good. It Must Be Hell is good. Overall, it's another really underrated album. Uh, Rolling Stones. What's the name of it? I think it's called Dirty Work. Yep, Dirty Work. And this is a fantastic record. Uh, One Hit to the Body is really good. Fight is good. Harlem Shuffle, even though it's the big hit single on the track on the album, I still really enjoy it. The Towel track is really good. Winning Ugly is really good. Key to the Highway, the very last track on the album, very different from the rest of the album, but it's still really good. Yeah, that's just a really underrated album. Yes, I do agree the album cover is really bad looking. I hate the album cover a lot, but this is like one of the cases where you don't judge the album by its album cover. Rolling Stones, Steel Wheels. Yeah, a lot of albums they've gone through. I I don't really have much to say about this album besides it having a few good tracks. My the biggest standout to me is Continental Drift. Definitely unique and reminds me of the '60s almost. Rolling Stones, Voodoo Child. This is also pretty good. I can't really say that I really have anything really worthwhile to really say about this record besides it being like extremely long. But here's the gatefold. I actually really enjoy the gatefold on this one. But yeah, basically it's like a different album inner sleeves, but overall, like I can't really besides Black and Blue. I can't really think of any like really bad albums from that time. But let's see if there's any comments. Guess there's not, but yeah, there's no chats. Yeah, overall, this is a good album. Surprise, because when I think a band going this far into a discography, I think their albums were gonna get at least somewhat worse, or not worse, but like somewhat like somewhat like really awful. But yeah, Bridges to Babylon. This is actually uh compared to the last albums, not really crazy about it. It's just. Hmm, I can't really think of like a way of like putting it. Um, Meh. It's a meh album. Um, but that's a way of putting it. Uh, Bigger Bang. Uh, I've only listened to this record once, but I don't like it at all. I'm just gonna put it at that. Same with this album, Black and Blue. I'm just gonna show that I own it. I don't really have really much to say about it besides those two being like really lackluster. Now for all the U.S. albums I own. Oh boy. Uh, I have a remastered copy of England's newest hitmakers. I have an original pressing of their 12 by 5 album. I have the third album, Rolling Stones Now. I'm just gonna adjust my. I'm gonna put most of these back because it's starting to get pretty heavy now. Okay. Sorry about the wait. I have 2 copies of Out of Our Heads. One's more beat up than the other one, of course. Um, yeah. These U.S. albums, I could see why people think it's I can see why people think it's better. Well, this is like the only case where I think the U.S. version's better, but I usually stick with the UK stuff. That's just me, though. December's Children and Everybody's Else. A really good record. I got Aftermath, the one with Painted Black on it. I have a US Between the Buttons. I did have another copy of it, but I gave it to my dad. I have and that's basically about it with the US variants, like with their studio albums. I have the UK version of Big Hits, High Tide, and Green Grass. This is the UK version. For some odd reason, I remember this came in a different colored vinyl. Forgot about that. But side 1, well, like it's weird. This is a 14-track album, which you should definitely, if you plan on being a Rolling Stones fan, this is definitely an album you got to check out. Has a lot of amazing tracks. Have You Seen Your Mother? Mother's Baby, Standing in the Shadow, Painted Black, Billie Jean, like I said before, Makes You Nervous Breakdown. It's just definitely amazing for Rolling Stones fans. Here is the U.S. version. If I could, trying to come up with a better light. That's probably okay. Yep, that's better. Get to see it. And yeah, this is not as strong. There are some. I feel like I don't remember, but I think I remember there being exclusives for having the US version. But I remember I was at a point where I was just basically collecting every album by them, like almost all of them, basically the compilations and all that. Yeah, it was crazy. I have a stereo and a mono copy of Flowers. These are really great album. I'm gonna, yep, this is the mono. I'm gonna stick with the mono version of this. I got the stereo version a while back, but yeah. I have a UK and a US version of what am I thinking? Of their through with their big hits of Volume 2 through the past darkly. The US and the UK version does have some slight variants. Can't think of them right this second. I'm gonna look it up right now. Okay. You know, so the UK version has Jumping Jack Flash as the opener, Mosul Helper, 2000 Light Years from Home, Let's Spend the Night Together, You Better Move On, and We Love You as side one. Side two has Street Fighting Man, She's a Rainbow, Ruby Tuesday, Dandelion, Saying on a Fence, and then Honky Tonk Woman. Very different. I will admit the track listing is a bit. Let's see. Doesn't have Painted Black. This is actually the US version, the one I'm holding up right now. This is the UK version. Yeah, that's I was just mistaking that one. This is the US version. US version has 11 tracks though. Has Painted Black as the opener. Ruby Tuesday, She's a Rainbow, Jumpy Jack Flash, Mother's Little Helper, Let's Spend the Night Together, Honky Tonk Woman, Dandelion, which I don't think is on the UK version. Yeah, this is on the UK version. But still, there, like I said, there are different. There's a variant, but yeah. Jamming with Edward. I haven't listened to this thing fully, but this is with Nicky Hopkins though. I do know that, and yeah, it shows him in the back album. The third photo right here. Again, really take it out of the sleeve so you can really see it. But yeah, I don't know if I would count this as a studio album or not, but I don't. And lastly, their greatest hits album from 1964 to 1971. This is the first Rolling Stones album I ever bought. So, yeah. So, yeah, that is all of my Rolling Stones albums. And, yep, that is a handful. I will admit that is a handful of albums that basically 40 minutes I'm looking at. And, yeah. Hope you guys enjoy it. This stream. I don't think no one was watching it, but I hope you guys enjoyed the Can't think right now. Hope you guys enjoy the the replay, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Just gonna find out how to